Hello and welcome to another episode of Allen Outlines. We're working on the Truest Cross. We're into the episodes. We've done 6 as an outline, and these are very sparse outlines. You notice I don't have a lot. There's not even scenes indicated. It's just ideas and concepts that would later be fleshed out. So we're going to 7, the highest bidder. Main character has been captured and will be sold to someone. Modern slavery? Sure. Nothing really changes. Alright, the buyers want to talk with him to establish the goods. There's some medical tests. The other scientists and doctors, dark parallels to R3. There's an inside bidder who seeks to set the MC free, and indeed the MC escapes at an opportune moment. Okay, and the bidder scoops them up, but doesn't keep them. Just wants a question answered truthfully? Or something else? A deeper play is involved. We're left with questions. An easy episode, so to speak, because it's a lot of talking, action that culminates with something. But the talking all leads there, and it's a tense situation because he's been captured and is a hostage. We call it recovery. MC returns to the Institute. Says everything is fine. It isn't. But we can pretend a while. Okay, so there's that. MC is invited to meet with a trauma counselor. Given his stories, she thinks, given their stories, she thinks they're delusional, but gives good advice nonetheless. Coping strategies, connecting with people you care about, preparing for the future, and not living in the present, in the past. All these steps needed because MC briefly contemplates suicide. That's an interesting twist. Alright, we'll go with that. Briefly. Would it solve anything? Would they go to hell? God, please help. And at the end, they get down and go into dinner with their apartment block friends. To better days. Okie dokie. That's not bad. It's not bad. It's a little more meat on the bone than the other episodes. 9 stations. The science reaches ahead. They need to do things to the cross. Destructive things. MC refuses. Burning or inhaling the smoke is bad. Sorry, what? Inhaling the smoke? Why would you... The cross, the Truest Cross. Granted the MC longevity, but it can bestow other gifts. Not all positive. Okay. They get a lead on one of the not so positive from the kidnapping. Pursue and detain. Get some answers. Alright, that leads us to number 10, which is reversal of fortune. Now the MC has a hostage. Interrogation. Answers. The Truest Cross has given rise to an underground black market, which is really just no more. It's, and I guess an underground black market is one that's. I mean, a black market is simply a place where you're doing illegal trades of some sort. It's underground and it's hidden. You can have above ground black markets where people just turn a blind eye. Giving rise to an underground market. Portions of cross used to evince a host of capabilities. Some good, some bad, most bad. There's a reason for this. Usually extended life, sometimes a limited regeneration. Other outliers exist. This is the wider world opening up. Okay. A dangerous world. A hidden world. All from, there is evidence of the Truest Cross, which means limited supply. The splinters don't regrow, really. Artifacts stolen down through the ages. The Truest Cross is the most powerful of effects. You can earn it just by proximity. Alright, the scientists run tests on whether this is true. It is. Proximity offers improvements. Subtle. Impalement would offer more. Inhalation offers the most. I guess digestion too. Suppressive. Effects vary. The more intense the exposure, the more intense the outcome, the more radical the outcome. And yes, you can die from it. Answers learned. Is released and scooped up by a rival faction. At the end, the scientist does an experiment. To see what inhalation do. It goes awry. That's number 11 we're working on. Reversal. Did I already use that? Did I already? Yeah, reversal of fortune. I thought I was so clever. I'll name 11 reversal of fortune. I haven't used that name. Yeah, I just used that in the last episode. The experiment. All right. The scientist is exposed to the Truest Cross in a concentrated form. Transformation occurring. The MC will try to guide them. Religion and belief help. The mind, the body, and the soul are all linked. One affects the other. Though soul is understood to be the interface between mind and body. It's the thing you can't directly touch. Okay. So, okay. Transformation proceeds. Violence, agony, adjustment. Live or die, they are no longer the same. Like a caterpillar turning into a moth. Which is an odd thing with the caterpillar and the moth thing, is the caterpillar dies. I mean, it's not truly transformed. A different creature comes out entirely. No, not really. The old body is sloughed off, and a new one is given. Or is it? Does the old body repair itself? We can have twins. A nemesis is born. The escape. The nemesis escapes and uses their knowledge against the Institute. They have to displace again. Friends must be left. How far? Go where? When? All is chaos. And in the midst of it all, the Truest Cross is stolen. Alright, and that's number 12. And that sets us up for Season 2. Hopefully. Season 2 or movies or whatever. It doesn't really matter. If this goes anywhere, it will go somewhere. Okay. Well, I'm happy with that. It's an outline. And we come full circle from the beginning where he's guarding the cross. Now he's not guarding the cross. He's completely free of any authority, but he wants the cross back. Whereas before he might have seen it as a duty. Now the acetone should be capitalized. Thank you. Oh, okay. So there we go. Main character. Okay, not always violently. Violence is inherent in human. Okay, I like it. I like it. Maybe we'll get the. They'll have to. Season 2 will be about them reconnecting with their lost daughter, um, or for that matter, their lost son, who's the scholar. We should do more with those. We need to set all those in motion to some extent. Um, all four of the family members, because that will kind of knit us together. The same way with them and the three scientists, and maybe the chief of security or what have you. And plus there'll be secondary characters or tertiary characters who also get involved, who may not have a big role in things initially according to the outline, but when you're writing it, they will pop in and be like, they are interesting and I want them to include them more. Even if they have a fairly bad end, something terrible happens to them, you want them involved. In fact, you want them involved more so then, because then their loss will be all the greater when they go. But even then, I'm unwilling to release anything. You saw that with when we basically had twins there, when one person undergoes the experiment and is sort of reborn. The old form may, in fact, persist in some sort of way, which would be interesting, wouldn't it? And we've got to make this interesting, make it fun. All right, but we're going to leave it off here. I hope you've enjoyed this little walk through the creative side of things, the fun part of it, as it were. Everything else is not necessarily work, but it is more work. The fun part of spinning out stories and letting them grow is it's enjoyable. And you do it when you can to keep your mind sharp. Unless you get drudged down in the, you have to research this or take a look at that or revise this other thing, which doesn't feel like you're making a lot of progress, but even when you are. And so this sort of creative outlining is a good way to go off and running and have fun with it before you need to start buttoning things down in a less enjoyable way. But I hope you've enjoyed this. Stay safe and take care out there, all right? Thanks.